Welcome to this new video about Forza Horizon 6, in which I suggest we do a little test to see how realistic the game is. We're going to see if we can simply run out of gas, which would make sense since in Forza Horizon 6 there are gas stations everywhere. It's the first time we've had this many gas stations in Forza Horizon. We didn't have any gas stations in Horizon 5 or 4. The last time was back in Horizon 3. In Horizon 3 there was just one, but we often went there, even just for photos. It was a great meetup spot. So today in Forza Horizon 6, I'm simply suggesting we take a look. You see, this is the third gas station we've seen on a straight stretch of 300 meters right there. So I'm simply suggesting we check if, in Forza Horizon 6, you can run out of gas. And also, since there are quite a few electric cars now, if you can run out of power in electric cars once you have no battery left at all. Because indeed, in Forza Horizon 6, there's a new battery management system that didn't exist in Forza Horizon 5 for electric cars. And on top of that, in Forza Horizon 6 there are also charging stations. They're spread throughout the open world, hidden in various spots. Today, we'll test if you can run out of gas and battery in Forza Horizon 6. Hope you enjoy this video. If that's the case, don't hesitate to show it by leaving a like and subscribing for the next ones. It's always nice for this kind of video. Let's say a little fun experiment. You see, there's another station here, alright? First, we're going to start by doing something. We're going to put the game in realistic mode. So we're going to turn on tire wear and damage. That was, let's say, what you had to turn on in the previous Forza Horizon games to see the fuel gauge go down on the cars. I picked a gas-powered car to test, let's say, the classic running out of fuel. This little RS3 for a lot of reasons. First, it's affordable, so I won't go broke making a Forza Horizon 6 video. It costs just $20,000. It's a 5 or 6 cylinder car that's pretty heavy, so it's a car that's going to, well, use up quite a bit of fuel. It's a car that sounds pretty good too, which is nice. And on top of that, since it's a somewhat older car, it still has, let's say, some traditional gauges. And you can clearly see the fuel gauge. It's right above the speedometer. So, what we're going to start with is driving on the highway, really trying to drive fast for a long time, to see if we can actually watch that fuel gauge go down. Alright, let's go. So, we're starting with a full tank at 100% in our RS3. I've zoomed in on the gauge, so we might be able to see it drop in real time. Now, we're going to try to floor it and stay at high RPM as long as possible to see if it has any effect. Yeah, listen, maybe it's just me, but I feel like I can see the needle starting to go down. I feel like we could clearly see the white needle at first, and now we're starting to see it disappear. But on the other hand, the RS3's tank, it's true that it's actually pretty big, right? It's still a car, I think, with a 60-liter tank, something like that. So it's going to take a really long time before we actually run out of gas. But on the other hand, I can confirm that, well, apparently, the car's fuel consumption is simulated. And what was I going to say? Yeah, especially if you're doing this kind of experiment on Forza Horizon 6, don't teleport. Because that's something I noticed in the intro of this video. When I started talking to you, I noticed the needle drop slightly. I wasn't completely sure though. But when I hit the highway, it reset, let's say, where we were in terms of fuel. So, if you want to do these kinds of little things on the other side, well, don't teleport because it resets everything. However, it's true that it's going to take a bit of time. So, we're going to make a cut here, otherwise we're looking at a 1-hour video. Maybe. So here, we've gone through about a quarter tank. We're starting to get there. It's really taking a long time. I've been pushing it hard for a while now. I'm at 250 km/h, and we've used a quarter of the tank in about 20-something kilometers. I think we'll need to go about 100 kilometers to empty the tank. And honestly, that doesn't seem so unrealistic to me. I don't really know how much gas an RS3 uses. But I'm thinking that going full speed at 250 all the time, 100 kilometers to empty a tank, well, maybe that's a bit much. I think that's pretty close to the truth. Also, I noticed a small detail during this lap in the gameplay, though it's not really related to the gas. I never realized until now that the highway goes all the way around the map. I noticed we had a big gray highway on the left and another highway on the right. But until now, I had never understood. Well, I think we're kind of doing that right now. I had never realized that you could actually go all the way around and really make a loop all the time. So, it's actually pretty cool. I think it's nice. It's actually one of the first times we've had a highway like this in Forza Horizon. Maybe we had a somewhat similar concept back in Horizon 1, but the map was much smaller. So, let's say it was less obvious. And here, it's really a highway kind of like Goliath, actually. We'll need about 2 full laps of the highway to reach 0, since we're halfway through the tank. We still need a few more kilometers, but we've done, Yeah, about half a tank, one lap of the highway. All right, we're at half a tank after 44 kilometers. We might hit reserve earlier than I said. Reaching 100 kilometers at full speed will be tough. There we go, we've used 3/4 of the tank, 63 kilometers. We're nearly done with the second lap and close to hitting reserve. In 5 or 6 kilometers, maybe 10 at most, we'll reach it soon. All right, that's it. We're on reserve now. I think we only have a few kilometers left. Again, about 10 more before the tank's empty. We'll still manage to do a few more kilometers though. We won't just do 10 kilometers, maybe we'll do 15 or 20 just to be sure the needle is all the way down. Let's see what happens in Forza Horizon 6. Are we going to run out of gas? Is the car going to sputter? Is nothing going to happen? Is it going to send us to a gas station? Is something special going to happen? That's what we're going to find out pretty soon, actually. I don't have any more acceleration. No, I'm kidding. Unfortunately, nothing happens. Unfortunately, nothing is happening. I've actually driven a few more kilometers and I don't see the fuel gauge going down anymore. So, I think that just like in the other Forza Horizon games, like in 4 for example, or 3 where we did this test, well, no, you still can't run out of gas. So, the gas stations in Horizon 6 aren't very useful. Still, I'll drive a few more kilometers to be sure. After that, we'll test the same thing with electric cars, since I'm sure they've set up a battery charging and discharging system. And it's completely different from gas cars, actually, from combustion engine cars. But here, as you can see, it looks like we're not going to run out of gas. So, for the testing part with electric cars, I have to admit I'm not really sure how we're going to do it because I'm not sure that modern electric cars really have, like a battery gauge. I don't really know how it works. What I do know, though, is that overall, electric cars consume a lot more above 130 kWh than at 110, for example. So, we're going to take a car that has a small battery to begin with, like the Honda i. It's not going to be a car with a lot of range. So, theoretically, I think that with a slightly sporty driving style and driving, let's say, at a somewhat high speed, the battery will drain pretty quickly. I hope so, because it took me 30 minutes to run the fuel gauge down on the Audi RS3. I don't want to spend 30 minutes in silence in my electric Honda just to see what happens. But let me show you a little something anyway. So, we're going to start this little test now. So, we're going to switch to simulation difficulty here as well, to test what will happen. Forza Horizon has a unique interface for electric cars that's different from combustion engine cars, which is pretty cool. That's a little extra touch, just to give you a bit of a change, let's say, of atmosphere when you switch from one car to another. You see, we don't have the same dashboards. And especially at the bottom, well, we actually have... Let me check if we're in the right place. Yeah, that's good. We have a regeneration and power bar. So when I brake, the car regenerates its battery. And when I accelerate, well, the battery drains. Well, it's really sluggish. But yes, I see the battery displayed at the bottom of the screen. Now, will it discharge? I have no idea. Since there's no percentage, it doesn't say 100% battery, I have no idea how this is going to go. So let's drive a few kilometers to see if the battery discharges. Maybe it won't even discharge at all. We might not even have a battery management system. In that case, I have to wonder why a regeneration and power feature was added if it serves no purpose. My theory is maybe if it's useless on electric cars, it's because it might be useful for hybrid cars. Because with hybrid cars, like in Forza Motorsport, they've added a more advanced hybrid management system than in previous Forza games. And I'm thinking that maybe in Horizon 6, since there are a lot of things that can be done in Forza Motorsport, they've brought over that system. And to really get good performance from hybrid cars, you have to let the batteries recharge by braking. But here, listen, at first glance, it's actually even more disappointing. It's more disappointing than combustion cars since my battery level isn't changing. Yet, we're at 150 km and at 150 km/h, normally with this type of car. Maybe at 100 kilometers per hour it'd be over, right? Still. Unless, wait, maybe I'm being stupid. I see there's a little green gauge above there, marked charge. And I feel like the gauge is less full than it was a few minutes ago, actually. So, wait, where are we going? Well, we're going to keep testing, see if the green gauge goes down a bit. And no, I don't feel like it's going down, actually. There's a small gap between the white bar and the green bar because I think that's just how it is by default, and that's it, really. So that's a bit disappointing. But honestly, since it's an electric car, there's not much else to say about it, really. So, there you go. So apparently, no, you can't run out of battery. No, you can't run out of gas. And so, it's pretty much like in all the other Forza games, except now we have gas stations and electric car charging stations, but they're just there for decoration. There you go. I hope this little video answered your question. Just a reminder, Horizon 6 is 30 off through my instantané link, which you'll find below this video. If you want to buy it cheaper elsewhere, feel free. Suggest other Forza Horizon experiments in the comments. I'm happy to try them. Also, follow me on Twitch, where I regularly stream Horizon 6 live. The link will be in the comments, so come follow and subscribe with Prime. It always means a lot. That's it. See you soon for the next video. Bye.